Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pruitt of the Roberts and Pruitt team from the Defiance Daily Show podcast, broadcast live on Rumble every Friday at 11 a.m. Central. Please come join us. As y'all know, I'm sure all of you know by now. If you don't, oh well, good for you. You don't watch the news, but the riots in LA, civil unrest. This is quite the topic. I'm getting quite a few messages, emails, messages through different social media platforms. People are all of a sudden starting to become concerned about their personal safety, the safety of their family. What happens if this escalates, especially people living in densely populated areas? That's a very good question. Might be asking the question a little late. Nonetheless, you're still asking. I don't have time to go into all the details now of prepping and being prepared and what to do if you wake up one night and there's civil unrest happening where you live or in your neighborhood, or, you know, what we come to understand as a shit hit the fan type of scenario. This is what the communists want to do. I don't know if they're going to carry it out on a nationwide scale at this point. Trump is definitely handling it different. He's obviously threatening to send in the Marines into LA. So I don't know if they're going to go nationwide. Maybe they will. The question is, or the question you're asking is, how do I protect my family? Step number one, you're asking the question. That's a very good start, and you need to start thinking this way. Unfortunately, in the United States of America, if you're not thinking about this, if you're not preparing for this, you could very easily find your tit in a ringer. A lot of people on the right, a very large number. I know a lot of them. People that think that having a weapon or more is better, a lot of weapons, lots of ammo, is a simple blanket insurance policy against, or in the process of protecting your family. I would say it's probably better if you have a weapon than if you don't. There is a major caveat to that, of course, and that is, are you proficient? How much range time are you getting in? Have you ever been in a situation where live rounds are being exchanged? You know, range time is one thing, and I cannot emphasize enough the importance of getting good range time in, not just depressing the trigger and putting lead down range. That, okay, you know how to, you know what the dangerous end of a weapon is. That's a start, but that's not preparation for a situation like this. Most of the times in these situations, they're going to come abruptly. They're going to be surprising, probably at night. What if the electricity is out? There's all kinds of scenarios that we can paint that create very high stress. And I promise you, if you have a weapon and it's extremely high stress and it's dark and you don't know what's going on and there are noises, loud noises, maybe explosions, maybe there's fires in your neighborhood, this changes everything. You're no longer at the firing range. This is very different now. A lot of this is mental. A lot of this you have to prepare in advance. I would suggest, if you haven't, and this is a concern of yours, the first thing I would do is I would seek out real good firearms instructors. Those with a military background, preferably combat veterans who have discharged their weapons under these circumstances, in these conditions, that know what it's like to get shot back at. That doesn't happen at the firing range. That's something else that makes everything change. I would get some real training in and practice things like as simple as switching out your magazines. Try that in the dark. Doing that on the range in a calm atmosphere is one thing. Doing it in the dark when there's a lot of crap happening and your family is cowered in a corner somewhere, something as simple as changing out a magazine can become a very chaotic procedure. So I'm not going to go into all the details and all this. All I would say is this. You need to start thinking about protecting your family. And you need to start, I would recommend, highly recommend, that you consider getting some actual tactical training. I can't emphasize that enough. You need to think about scenarios. You need to think about what would it be like at 3 o'clock in the morning if you were awakened to somebody banging on your door. You jump up, electricity is out, it's dark. You can see through your window that there looks like a fire down the street or something going on. You might hear some sirens in the background. You think you see silhouettes or images of people running across the street or something pretty chaotic. My question to you is, in that moment, what do? Who's banging on your door? What does your family do? What is your plan? This is not paranoia. This is not being ridiculous. This is not trying to scare your family. This is preparation. I just simply encourage you to start thinking about these things, start seeking out professional training, maybe go to some good prepper podcasts. I wouldn't recommend you becoming obsessed and just all of a sudden you're spending tens of thousands of dollars on tactical equipment and things of this nature. I mean, if you have the means, by all means, but I'm just saying, go about this in an intelligent, logical, unemotional way. And just start every day with just something, some sort of training, some sort of practice. Having a meeting with your family. Hey guys, if something like this were to happen, this is our plan. We're not paranoid. We're not living in fear. In fact, it should be just the opposite. People accuse me oftentimes, well, Mark, you're just scared. You're just paranoid. Actually, I'm the calmest one in the room because I have a plan. I've always got a plan. I'm prepared. I've, fortunate or unfortunately, been in situations, high stress, low visibility, shots fired. I kind of know what happens to the body when you're placed in a situation like that. I understand how tunnel vision works, the effect of adrenaline dumps. I don't consider myself an expert. I make no mistake about it. I'm not a SEAL Team 6 member or anything like that. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. I'm not Rambo. But I know enough to know that I don't know. And so I do the best that I can to prepare. And because I'm prepared, because I've given thought to this and I've made plans, I don't live in fear at all. And I just think that you need to change your mentality a little bit. You need to step up. I'm talking to the guys here, obviously. But you need to take responsibility for protecting your family. And unfortunately, like I said, this is unfortunate that in the United States of America, we now have to start thinking like this. But we've allowed our culture to disintegrate into the mess that it's in. So now here we are. And I'm just glad you're asking questions. I'm glad you're beginning to think along these terms. That's the biggest step. Don't panic. Don't, get emotional. Guys, you're going to have to step up. You're going to have to lead. And you're going to have to put your foot down on some things. Your wife is probably going to either one of two things. She's either going to get freaked out or she's going to become difficult. She's going to think you're being weird or these things. I feel bad for you if you're married to somebody like that, but this is the price we pay when we don't lead. So now it's time to lead. Now it's time to make the changes that need to be made. This could become a situation of survivability. Again, I'm not a prophet. I don't claim to be. I'm not running around saying, oh, this is going to happen next and this is going to happen. There's a lot of things that could happen. This could escalate. I know communists pretty well. I know what their overall plan is. This may be the ground they decide to put their stake in the ground and make their stand and do their thing. And if that is, it's going to get rough. But this is all mindset. So I just encourage you to keep asking questions and to become proactive. You're not weird. You're not paranoid. You're actually being logical. And your masculine sense of protecting your family is kicking in. And that's a good thing. So anyway, hey man, I encourage you to catch the Defiance Daily Show every Friday at 11 a.m. Central, live on Rumble with Roberts and Pruitt. This is a topic that we discuss. Well, I'm sure we'll probably be talking a little bit about this Friday. So tune in, and we'd love to have you. You can send comments. You can reach us on the social media platforms. Where we're at, you can find us. Just look up the Defiance Daily Show with Roberts and Pruitt. We're there. And I'll try to respond to as many comments as I can. But you're going to have to be proactive. This isn't something where, tell me what to do, No, it doesn't work like that. You have to take responsibility. Just be methodical, be logical, do not get emotional, and step up. So anyway, with that being said, I wish you guys a great day. God is bigger than any of these problems. Never forget that. That's where your faith at the end of the day has to begin and end. And do what you've got to do. But become the leader that you were designed to be. And I wish you all the best. Have an amazing day. This is Mark Pruitt from the Defiance Daily Show with Roberts and Pruitt, signing off.